Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Before we begin, as is tradition, I'd like to thank you all for your ongoing support, encouragement, and engagement. Your participation via subscribing, likes, and comments is worth its weight in gold, and for that, I thank you. Please continue supporting me by watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. Today's subject is going to cover how we are going to install a following service once you have a setup domain and everything with regards to Printer on Windows. And the reason why I'm kind of flip-flopping between Windows and Linux service provision is because whatever we learn on Windows, we then need to reapply on Linux and learn the fundamentals of it. So, requirements for this are going to be just a very blank slated Windows Server 2019, 2022, 2016, whatever ISO you have, some patience, and a printer that you want to manage, regardless if it's going to be USB or network. I have connected to my Windows Server instance via the VMware Remote Control Console. And there are a couple of steps that we need to complete before we are ready to install the Windows Print Server function. First and foremost, we need to set a static IP onto the server. And we can do that by going to the Change Adapter Settings from the Setting app, right click on the network adapter, go into Properties, go under Internet Protocol 1, and we can reuse the IP that's currently being handled. So 218 and netmask is 252. Let's go ahead and pull that out. 192.168.0.218. And subnet mask is 252 with the gateway at 192.168.1.1. And the default DNS server is 192.168.1.1. Just for the record, I am currently doing this outside of a directory environment, but to get it set up in an active directory environment, there is going to be a separate video that showcases and highlights how to do it with the basic differences between a non-domain environment and an domain environment setup for a Microsoft Windows printer. So let's go and have that set up. Before we close the settings, I want you guys to go under the configure button. I do wish to proceed under power management and remove the allow computer to turn off device specific power. I can't tell you how many times I have chased a ghost because of the power saving feature. And then if you haven't saved your settings, then you're going to have to redo it. Okay. Okay. One. All right. Let's go ahead and save those settings. So now that we have a static IP for our server, next thing we're going to do is we're going to give it a static domain. So in my case, WinX over print. Oh. So if it gives you problems with NetBIOS, what you can do server, okay, you can just use SRV abbreviation and it will not give you the NetBIOS name if you so go ahead and restart so that the settings can take effect. We're all going to be doing this in real time. I'm not going to be pausing the video. So if it takes 2 minutes, it takes 2 minutes. I do apologize. Okay, and we are back. Go ahead, enter our password. Right. So I already have DNS running on my router, so that's not something that I will be taking any relation to. But if you DNS, make sure if you are using a network printer, just like I'm going to be, make sure that you are adding the printer entry as a pointer into your DNS server with the printer name. Allow me to demonstrate. Right. Um, Allow me to demonstrate real quick. Make sure that whatever the DNS of your printer is, it's just set into a static IP, into a static lease, and then also you can ping it and it responds. Perfect. Okay, so we are back here. Let's go ahead and now that we have set up our computer name, let's go ahead and add the file print file server, print and document services. Next, and we want to add net framework 3.5. Go ahead and enter everything. Sure, then LPD. Because you never know what you're going to do. All of that. We're just going to select automatic restart. This might take a while, so I will, despite what I said earlier, I will pause the video right here so that it can install. That I don't have to add unnecessary links to this. So be right back. All right, now that installation has completed, go ahead and click on finish, and we are going to go into tools, and we are going to have a look at print menu. So you are going to see a bunch of options over here, and all printers, all drivers, everything that's going to be um, added on to the server. It's kind of like just generic drivers from Microsoft, which is great. It's fantastic, but it's not me. So the first next step, officially speaking, is hold on. I got about Firefox. Okay, there we go. And the next large step that you guys need to take care of is you're going to download the driver of the printer that you're going to be managing. In my scenario, for example, I'm going to be managing a Brother printer, so I need to download the appropriate Brother printer driver that I need for my device, and you can find it. And oops, make sure that you just download the appropriate driver. In this case, full driver pack. So while this is downloading, I'm going to go ahead and minimize that. Under print servers, we're going to expand print servers, the local print server, which is the one we just deployed, and we're going to go on their printers. And we're going to right click anywhere, and we are going to add a printer. Now, in my case, I am adding a network printer, so it's just going to be TCP IP, and I already have that. It is 192.168.0.217, and it's going to tell me blah blah blah. So this is it. This is the printer device properly detected. Location of course the bedroom printer, and let's go to navigate. Let's go ahead and now, realistically speaking, this should fail. I've kind of had flops where it succeeds and where it fails. It's kind of a hit and miss, like I said. It's a hit. while we're waiting for that, go ahead to your downloads and then just extract your driver file or run the setup file so that it uses the built-in extraction tool if it has one. If it doesn't, try to extract. Usually, if you right click on the setup file, it will extract. If you have sensitive or something. And then just click cancel on the setup. We are still waiting for this. Okay, and network printer installation has been completed. So let's go ahead and click a printer test. The next step that we obviously have to do still is we have to have a driver that deployments are going to work connected to this server. And just so you know, this is the printer test page. Voila. I know you guys don't see that one, but it's it works. Fantastic. Okay, so now that this has been handled, let's go back into the drivers section. So, how would you add a driver? So we unzipped all of the driver files, if you remember. So you have to download the driver file from the manufacturer's website. So if you're using HP, you have to download the driver. If you're using a Dell printer, you have to download Dell. If you're using Brother, Canon, Samsung, whatever respectfully printer that you have to download this driver. And then go into the section where you have the INF files, and then just copy the path. All right, right click, go back into your management console, and then right click under drivers, add a driver. Click next, select the processor. If usually your operating system will automatically detect x64, and click on next, and then you are going to click on Have Disk. Under Have Disk is going to ask you where you want to install it. Paste the path and click on OK. After that, it's going to populate with the series of drivers that are very close and surrounding your general model number. So in my case, because I am using a DCP 7065, I have everything from 7055, 7055W, 7057, 60, 65D, DN, DW, and so on and so forth. So the whole family of printers are provided to me in that specific driver. So I'm going to go ahead and click on select 7065, and I have already added it. And this is the driver package that is going to be provided whenever a computer is going to be looking for a print. So that being said, let's go ahead and add it to our desktop. Get rid of this, get rid of this. Perfect. Okay, so that's not what I wanted to do. Printers and scan. All right, so let's go ahead and remove this printer. Let's go ahead and remove this printer as well. F5 a couple times, and then we are going to look for printer and scanner. Okay, so there it is. It is advertised to us. So let's go ahead and click on. Now, you're probably going to say, well, how do we know this is the one that's being advertised by the server? How do you recognize whenever you are directly connected to your printer or connected to your printer via a print server? Well, the difference in the naming convention is very depends on how much experience you have. To the untrained eye, it could mean absolutely nothing, but to the trained eye, it could be as easy as a snap of the fingers, and you can easily recognize this. So this is the printer connected directly to my computer, and this is the printer connected through the print server. And notice how you have appended on WinX server print. That is the whole difference. Or sorry, that is the big difference between having a printer directly connected to your machine and then connecting via a relay service provider. So in this case, our print server. Now it says offline because I've already shut down the virtual machine, but this is just me going back a little bit so I can give you guys a little bit of differentiation and just a quick way to recognize whenever you are connected directly to a printer or connected to a printer via a printer. For us to verify how we're going to do it, I just grabbed a random PDF from a website that talks about how to set up print servers, and we are going to print page. And the reason why I say we're going to, because in the print server driver, I am forcing it to put a watermark. And if it puts a watermark on the document, but not from my client, that means that it is actually using the print server for any type of printing. Let's go ahead and see what's going to happen. Inside of it, waiting with this. Dang it. Don't want it. Okay. Okay, so we do have, I did not add it the proper way. So I do apologize about that. Whenever you are going to be adding a printer via a print server, you basically have to do it like a network share. So // the name of the server, / the name of the printer. And realistically speaking, if you just go into the print server, right click on it and say deploy with group policy, it will show you how to write the printer username, or sorry, the printer DNS name, and then you can add that into your devices and settings. As you can see, now it shows up as brother blah 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 on WinX server print. This time around, I don't know if you guys can see it, it came out with the watermark. And that's fantastic. That's exactly what we want. Thank you very much for joining me for this quick tutorial on adding print servers and different printers on it. See you guys in the next one.